From Studio 16 in the heart of Santa Monica, this is Santa Monica Weekly with your hosts, Chris Baelish and Veronica Castro. On this week's show.
Coming up, we'll take you to the Santa Monica Animal Shelter where they celebrated Clear the Shelters, a first-of-its-kind pet adoption campaign.
Coming up on Santa Monica Weekly, I'll tell you why community leaders, business owners, and residents gathered right here at the Fairmont Miramar Hotel.
Hi everyone, welcome to Santa Monica Weekly. I'm Chris Baelish. Veronica is traveling around Europe, so it's just me today. And we have a jam-packed show for you. First up, have you spotted the new Expo train yet? For the past couple of weeks, the trains have been making their way up and down the new rails into our city. Here's an exclusive look inside the train as it makes one of its first trips into Santa Monica. This is the view riders will get to experience when the line opens next spring. These test trains are part of the safety checks required before the Expo line can open up to the public. The trains are moving from the Bergamot station slowly to the 17th Street station and all the way to the terminus at the Colorado Esplanade at 4th Street. The trains will be moving at speeds of about 5 to 25 miles per hour as officials check for any problems. Remember, safety first when near the tracks. Always obey warning signs and traffic signals, look both ways before crossing the tracks, and watch for trains coming from both directions. And never walk or jaywalk on the railroad tracks, always use the crosswalks. Well, downtown Santa Monica is one of the most popular areas in our city, full of shops, world-class restaurants, and so many neat things to see and do. Last week was the annual DTSM meeting. Santa Monica Weekly reporter Jordan Jaskew was there.
The board and staff of Downtown Santa Monica, Inc. brought together community leaders, business owners, and residents of the city for their annual breakfast right here at the Fairmont Miramar Hotel.
This partnership was and is the reason that Santa Monica downtown has roared back.
Well, this is an annual opportunity for all of the people who contribute to Santa Monica downtown's success to gather not only to celebrate all the great achievements of the last year, but also to look ahead to plan for all the great things that are in store for the year ahead. We talked a little bit about the opportunity to make downtown Santa Monica truly the cherished cultural and civic heart of the city. That's what residents want, and I think that they've invested in their downtown for the last 30 years, and I think that's what they deserve to get.
We want our visitors to come and have an enjoyable time. 40,000 people go onto the promenade every year, every day, and we want to make sure that those folks have a great experience. And then for the community members, how important that we feel having a safe, exciting downtown is to them. It's accessible. We've got the rail coming through. We've got 16 movie theaters opening up real soon. We want to make it a walkable community. We just had our bike share program started.
Because of our location, we are a member of the Downtown Santa Monica Association, and they've been great to us. They've been extremely helpful in leading us and pointing us to the right way, giving us recommendations, telling us who we should talk to. It's been a great experience, not to mention all the events that they have during downtown, which has worked with our studio and our fitness concept very well.
This is an opportunity for everybody to be in the same room, everybody to understand what the sales tax looks like, what the future is for the economic future for the downtown. How do we keep downtown Santa Monica vibrant and in scale with the community?
There's several nonprofits that benefit from the sales tax that are put into the general fund that we in turn as elected officials are able to give back to the community.
The number one thing I hope that people will take away today is not only that we've come a long way over the last 30 years, but that we have a real challenge ahead to make sure we retain our local flavor, our unique sense of place, and our identity as one of the truly great civic downtowns of a great city in a great location.
For Santa Monica Weekly, I'm Jordan Jaskew.
If you'd like to find out more about everything downtown Santa Monica has to offer, please visit downtownsm.com. Well, our Santa Monica Animal Shelter recently took part in the nationwide Clear the Shelters event. Reporter Naibe Reynoso, who has already adopted from the shelter, was there.
The Santa Monica Animal Shelter was part of Clear the Shelters, a first-of-its-kind pet adoption campaign. Right, Bruno?
Clear the Shelter is an event that's been sponsored evidently in other communities like Chicago and New York and Dallas. And so this year, I believe the same principle and concept is going to be tried out in Los Angeles. And it's where people in the community to come to their local shelters, and for $20, they can take home a pet.
I'm here with Stan Hernacki from the Santa Monica Animal Shelter. Talk to us about Clear the Shelters.
Clear the Shelter is a campaign that Channel 4 News has coordinated, and shelters are participating to find homes for all these pets, and they've reduced the prices to help get these animals adopted. The emphasis is on dogs, but we have cats available for adoption as well as rabbits. This little kitty was just adopted.
I am here with fur parents Tina and Ed, who came to Clear the Shelters, and you're taking home another doggy, a companion for the doggy you already have, right? Tell us about the experience. Why did you decide to add another fur animal to your brood?
He's getting old, and we just wanted a companion for him when we're not home. And we have been looking around online and stuff like that, and then we heard about the city shelter having $20 adoptions, and so we decided to come check it out. So yeah.
So you already adopted the dog, you already chose the dog.
So he was a really calm, really quiet dog, seemed really relaxed, and he was really small as well. Seemed like a good companion for Chico.
The animal shelter, once they rescue an animal from the streets, they bring them to a facility and they check them out, make sure that they're healthy, and then we have 5 days. It's a 5-day policy where then they take pictures of the dog and they put it on the internet, and they do everything that they can to find the owner. That's why we really highly recommend that you chip your pet. God forbid if there's an earthquake or there's a disaster and you lose your pet, if you chip your pet, then it's easy to locate them if they've been lost.
Why do you think it's important to have campaigns such as Clear the Shelters?
Well, we want to bring awareness that there is a overpopulation problem with pets, and that pets do need permanent homes. These are temporary facilities, but they're not permanent, so they do need to be placed.
Right, and I saw this little kitty playing with the microphone, so I think she or he wants to be a reporter, right?
There you go. There you go.
For Santa Monica City TV, I'm Naiva Reynoso.
The event was a smashing success. If you'd like to see some pictures of the thousands of pets that were adopted, just search #ClearTheShelters on social media. Well, you know Santa Monica is getting a state-of-the-art citywide bicycle sharing program, but did you know the city wants you to be a founding member? I caught up with the mayor and the program organizers to find out a little bit more about how it all works.
We have a fun program in the beginning of this system called the Founding Membership. And founding members, which will be open until the end of the year for signups, they get the lower member rate for annual membership for perpetuity. So that's a great economic incentive, but it's also you get a package of special things that are only for founders, T-shirts and other kind of promotional items.
Well, I've been riding a bike in Santa Monica for almost 40 years, and I would invite others now to get out of their cars and try a Breeze, because this is a great way to get around Santa Monica. We've made this as convenient as possible for the short-time or even one-time user to pick up a bike anywhere in town and be able to go anywhere else in Santa Monica in just a couple of minutes and have fun doing it.
Well, we're hoping that everybody takes advantage of it and reduce a little bit of the traffic, because traffic in the city is really, that's one of the biggest things we hear complaints about. We have too many cars, especially in the downtown area, and if we can get people out of their cars and start using these, especially on their day-to-day work activity, I think it'll really improve traffic.
So it really is part of being on the cutting edge of transportation diversity, sustainability, and good quality of life here in the community. You can choose to ride the bike on an hourly fee, or you can buy a membership. Memberships are annual or monthly. If you want to just ride it hourly, that's fine too. That's only $6 an hour, and you pay in increments, so you can pay in about 5-minute increments. It's pretty cost effective, and they don't actually have to pay an upfront use fee. A lot of the systems that have been in the market up till now require you to pay a daily fee of $10 or $7, and then on top of that you pay usage fees. So it's quite cost competitive compared to other cities in the country. If you'd like, you can sign up at breezebikeshare.com. That's the easiest way to get going, is just to go either from your smartphone or from your home computer, go to breezebikeshare.com, sign up, and get going with all of your membership information. Or you can go to the Twitter feed or to the Instagram page, Breeze Bike Share.
Breeze founding memberships cost $99 and come with a whole bunch of benefits. Please visit breezebikeshare.com for all the details. Then you can ride your Breeze bike over to the Pico branch of the Santa Monica Public Library, where they recently hosted a creative pop-up makerspace. What is that exactly? We sent reporter Naibe Reynoso to find out.
The Santa Monica Pico Branch Public Library hosted a fun back-to-school event where kids got a chance to learn how to code, play Minecraft, participate in a hackathon, and even design the library of the future.
Technology has become a vital part of our everyday lives, so tech experts from Learn, Do, Share offered cool workshops for the community during the fun event.
Santa Monica Public Library brought us in to prototype the library of the future. They liked that we use game mechanics and play and storytelling and design thinking to find out what are some innovative and creative ways that we can create impact in communities.
Many communities are looking at libraries as places to learn about new technology.
They were interested in tech-friendly environments. They wanted more coding classes. They wanted more opportunities to make and play across multiple generations.
This is another way to reach out to the new generations that they're moving towards that in the future with the new jobs. Not all the jobs require that, but at least if you're going to understand that coding and the digital era, well, that will also give them an opportunity to grow and success in life.
Coding is a language that I encourage young people to learn, and I also encourage adults. It has seeped into many job descriptions today. If you know how to code, you have more control over your destiny, so to speak.
Although computers are all the rage with kids, traditional play is still important.
Well, I think that it's very important to keep, like I said, the traditional. So going back to non-digital, what is it that the kids need in the families? They still wanted to do hands-on activities where the Play-Doh will also help the kids to with their motor skills and the connection that they have with other kids and also with the families and talking to each other and imagine something, for example, making a castle out of cardboard.
Whether you're into coding or castles, creativity is key. For Santa Monica Weekly, I'm Naibe Reynoso.
For all of the fun and educational events happening at the Santa Monica Public Library, visit smpl.org. It's time for a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you about some upcoming events in Santa Monica. And don't forget, a great way to stay informed about what's happening in our city is to follow us on Twitter, hashtag Santa Monica Weekly. We'll be right back.
The Santa Monica Museum of Art. Take a closer look.
Welcome back to Santa Monica Weekly, your best source for all the need-to-know information and fun events happening around the city. First up today, kids, it's the day you've been looking forward to all summer. Or not. This Thursday, August 20th, is Back to School Day for the Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District, and we'll have the district superintendent here in studio to do a quick interview in just a few moments. Well, this first day of classes means crosswalks, bike lanes, and school zones will be filled with excited and anxious young students and their parents. So drivers, please make sure you take it extra slow around school zones and keep an eye out for children hurrying to class. For you older students, it's not too late to enroll at Santa Monica College. Classes don't start until August 31st at SMC. The community college will welcome some 34,000 students this fall who will be taking courses in more than 80 fields of study. Santa Monica College is the leader among California community colleges in transferring students to UC schools and to USC. For more information or to enroll, please visit smc.edu. Back to school time means big changes in citywide bus routes. Santa Monica's Big Blue Bus will once again be adjusting its schedules and routes for annual changes in ridership demand. This year, the fall service change will begin this Sunday, August 23rd. There will be a major service modification on Route 3, plus other smaller changes on 15 other different routes. Many changes are to help accommodate that heavy demand when Santa Monica College students return to class. So check out bigbluebus.com so you're aware of the changes before they start. Are you looking for a fun evening with the whole family before summer is over? Then make plans to attend the 4th annual Cardboard Yacht Regatta at the Annenberg Beach House. It happens on Saturday, August 29th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Teams of 2 will build yachts using corrugated cardboard and duct tape and compete for awards in a variety of categories. Registration is $15 per team. Anyone can come out and watch and cheer on the yachts. And there's something else you can try at the Annenberg Beach House: slacklining. You've probably seen this. People do it on the beach all the time. It's where they string a long, narrow nylon strap between 2 supports, just a few feet off the ground, and then you try to keep your balance or even walk on the slack line. People who've been doing it a while can even jump up and down and land back on the slack line and keep their balance. So give it a try if you dare at the Beach House Fridays and Saturdays through September 4th from 1 to 7 p.m., but be careful. Well, there are only 4 more weeks of Santa Monica's summertime musical tradition, the Twilight Concert Series. This Thursday, LA's own Ariel Pink takes the stage, along with the Mina Birds. And on August 27th, it's Jefferson Starship, along with Purple Mountain's Majesties. Make sure you take advantage of the city's free bike valet program, located right beside the pier, or if you're driving, you can also avoid the parking scramble and prepay for a spot online. But those aren't the only free outdoor concerts under the stars this summer in Santa Monica. The 10th annual Jazz on the Lawn Summer Concert Series was a huge hit last year, so it returns this year. These free live music concerts happen on Sundays throughout the month of August. The time is from 5 to 7 p.m. in Stewart Street Park. Come dance, relax, and enjoy lively music in the park. And don't worry about bringing a picnic. You can if you want to, but there will also be plenty of food trucks on hand. Another great way to enrich your life and boost your well-being in Santa Monica is to never stop learning. So how about taking a class at 1450 Ocean? When you join the community at 1450 Ocean, you can learn salsa dancing, improve your digital photography, learn to knit a sweater, mix perfume, even build a circuit board, and more. These are classes for adults, and they take place in Santa Monica's iconic Camera Obscura building in Palisades Park, just north of the pier. For more info, go to smgov.net/1450ocean. Well, Santa Monica Weekly is a great place to get out the word about fun events happening around the city. If you know of an upcoming activity that's open to the public, let us know about it and we'll try to feature it on the show. And as always, don't forget to follow us on Facebook. We post about all the fun and important events in our city. #Santa Monica Weekly. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
At the Boys and Girls Club of Santa Monica, we build long-lasting relationships with our kids.
Love. Friendships.
Support. Trust.
Learning. I know. Fun.
All that and a lot more.
We're not just a club. We're family.
Great futures start here.
Welcome back to Santa Monica Weekly. Now we're going to talk about every young student's favorite summertime topic, back to school. Sorry, kids. Joining us to talk about this important time of year is Sandy Lyon, Superintendent of Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District. Welcome to Studio 16.
Thank you for having me.
Were you one of those kids who liked back to school time?
There's probably a reason that I have the job I do right now. I loved it. I loved meeting new friends, seeing teachers, getting new books. I loved everything about the start of the school year. And I've been doing this almost 30 years, and I love it just as much now as I did then.
And it's good to get back into a routine after
great.
kind of relaxing all summer.
It's great.
So give us an overview of the district. How big is it? How many students do you serve?
We have 11,300 students, and we have 16 schools in both Santa Monica and Malibu, TK through 12th grade. And we have a variety of configurations and sizes, and so it's a really wonderful, diverse school community.
What exactly is your job as superintendent of the district?
That's one of the hardest things to kind of
I bet.
quantify
What do you
and
do?
qualify. I oversee the assistant superintendents. I have an assistant superintendent of human resources, one of business, and then one of educational services. So I get to oversee all of the operations. And then one of my primary functions is to support and work with our 7 elected board members. And so the superintendent is really the person who works with them to help shape the vision and the direction of the district.
So leadership is key. You're the CEO, basically, of the district.
That's about it, yes.
Okay. What's new in the district this year?
We have a number of things that are new this year. We are rolling out technology that is part of Measure ES. That was a bond measure that was passed by the voters in 2012. So one of the most exciting things, I think, is kids are going to come back into classrooms that have a lot of new technology and are meeting this standard that we've set for 21st century classrooms. So we're really excited about that. We're not done in every school and in every classroom, but a number of those will be rolled out, and we really thank the voters for passing that measure, because it's really going to mean that our teachers and our students have access to high quality technology in the classroom.
And technology is the wave of the future.
It really is.
This is not negotiable. The kids
it's
have
not negotiable. They do need to be able to use it, and our teachers also need to be able to use it and be supported in that. So with that, we'll also do a lot of professional development so our teachers feel comfortable integrating that technology into their instructional practice.
What are the district's goals for this school year?
Well, this year we're continuing the focuses instructionally that we've had for the last couple of years, which are developing professional learning communities, equity and access, something called response to intervention, which is really about making sure that we are meeting students where they are and either pushing and supporting them or stretching them so that they're really reaching their full potential and are challenged in the classroom. We're making sure that our students are exposed to the new California state standards, and we're focusing on STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, because as we just talked about with technology, it's critical for our students to be comfortable in those arenas.
Water conservation is a very hot topic right now. What does the district do to help in that regard?
We actually have information up on our website, but we've been a little bit ahead of this curve. We actually pulled together some people at our district office to look at this before the actual standards were set out by the state of California. So we've been looking at drought-free landscaping and looking at how we water, when we water, and different kinds of conservation activities. So if people are more interested, they can look on our website, and there's a link, and they can see what we're doing right now. Additionally, we just got a grant for $621,000, which is part of the Drought Response Outreach Program for Schools, DROPS, and we will be doing a capture system at Will Rogers Elementary School. It'll have an educational piece, it'll be environmentally sound, and the community will be very engaged in developing that. So there'll be a lot more coming about that in the few months ahead.
I've been reading about Bike It, Walk It Week. What exactly is that?
Bike It, Walk It Week is a cooperative process that we have between the PTA and the City of Santa Monica to really promote health, safety, make sure that we have safe routes to schools. And in October, we take a week where we really try to get people out of their cars and either walking it, biking it, and getting to school in other ways. Some people actually even make pedestrian buses where they all walk together to school from a neighborhood. So it's a great initiative.
Very cool.
And we hope to get over 50% participation this year.
Okay, so first day of school can be stressful for especially the younger students who may not have too many years under their belt. What tips do you have for parents to make it easier for the kids back to school?
I think sometimes it's actually more stressful for the parents than
right,
it is the
probably
students,
is,
but I think going through a few things can help everybody. One thing is to set the bedtimes earlier. We tend to stay up late during the summer because it's light out so much later, and it's hard to adjust because it is still light out, but it's really critical that kids get to bed at a reasonable time. Young children really need about 10 hours of sleep a night, and sometimes parents forget that. The other thing is to rehearse. Practice what's going to go in the backpack, practice what's going to go in that lunch, and make sure that kids can actually, especially our younger children, open the lunch and open everything in it, because they get frustrated at lunch if there's something that's a little difficult for them to open and eat and access. The other thing is to really walk and make sure that they're comfortable getting to and from school, and they know where parents are going to meet and pick them up and drop them off. So a few practices or those routines can make a big difference for parents and for students.
Oh, sure, a little dress rehearsal, make a day out of it, make it fun for the kids. Okay, this is where the bus will pick you up and things like that.
Right.
Good idea. What about tips for parents to help their children do their homework on time?
That can be even more challenging.
Right.
The best thing is that they can have a routine place and time for homework as much as possible. And they really need to have a quiet place that's well lit where the students know when I sit there, I'm doing my homework. When students have a hard time focusing for a length of time, I always suggest to parents that they use an egg timer or some sort of a kitchen timer and set reasonable time periods and expand that over the course of the school year so that kids are more comfortable sitting. You know, as adults, we sit a lot and we're used to it, and our students aren't. And so what we really want to do is break up that learning with a stretch, a snack, and then get them back to the study habit.
Your district has many excellent programs. What are some of your favorites?
We do have many excellent programs. We have fabulous educators and principals who do amazing jobs at their schools. We are really renowned throughout the country for our visual and performing arts program. And if you haven't heard yet, you should go to here, especially at our high school level, where you see the fruition of all those years of practice and education. We actually have a TK5 visual and performing arts program, so every student in our district, no matter
for the younger
kids, no matter what school you're in, are getting exposure to those arts. And it is a fabulous program. And that is paid for by our Education Foundation. And so this is just launched this last year. This will be year 2 of that, and we're really excited about it.
So if I understand, Edison Elementary has a new building coming online. What other new facilities or new schools are in the pipeline for the near future?
Well, the one that community residents have probably noticed is the Samo High Science and Innovation Building, which is at the corner of Olympic and Lincoln. And it is a fabulous new building that students will be in for the first time on Thursday.
Oh,
so we're excited. We're going to have a big community opening in September and allow tours of the school. Wow. It's a really beautiful learning space, and it's really going to be wonderful for our students for those science endeavors and for the technology pieces, so it's all coming online in a few weeks.
So physics, chemistry, biology, computer science too? Or?
Everything, right, will be housed in that building. So they've been working very hard to get it ready for the Thursday opening.
So, and your teachers are some of the best in the country, very well trained. Are there new training programs this year?
Our teachers are fabulous. We have been working on a number of things. The professional learning communities that I mentioned earlier actually involves quite a bit of training, and our teachers have really been great in embracing it. And the idea is that we want our teachers to work together collaboratively, to look at student work, to look at their instructional design, and make sure that it's meeting the needs of all of our students. And they're really doing a great job with that. So that's been a big focus. Another focus that we rolled out this summer is thinking maps. And it's a visual way of organizing your thinking that we're going to allow schools that really want to dig into that this year be able to do that. Most of our work in the last 2 years has been on the new state standards and making sure that teachers are really comfortable with the new California state standards, which are much more about application of skills and real world experiences. For those of us who were in school decades ago, math is much more language involved, a lot of word problems, and what we want kids to be able to do is take those discrete skills and apply them to a variety of settings. So we've been working with our teachers to make sure that they have the materials and that they're comfortable with these new standards.
Oh, very cool. Tell us about the Education Foundation.
Santa Monica Malibu Education Foundation has been in existence for over 30 years. And in the last couple of years, we've asked it to take on a much bigger job. And that really is to fund both people at all of our schools and staff development across the district. We pulled the staff development back to the general fund of the district, but we've left with them the goal, if we want to have, let's say, art or music at our schools, we want to make sure every school has that access. And so that's what they're doing. We've asked them in this coming year to raise $2.5 million, which will provide for that visual and performing arts program I talked about, instructional assistance at all of our schools in our elementary classrooms, and a stretch grant that each of our school gets that's based on the enrollment of that school that allows them to continue whatever that special program or professional development is that they're doing with their staffs on their campus. So it could be more music, it might be computer science, it's something different in each of our schools. And we really know each of our schools has its own unique flavor of the neighborhood and the community it serves, and we want our schools to have some resources to keep that going.
I love how excited you get about this, and I hope that enthusiasm spreads throughout the district and all your teachers and administrators and educators. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Exciting times, busy time for you.
It's exciting, and I feel fortunate to work and serve the Santa Monica Malibu School District. We are a special place. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank
Sandy.
you.
All right, we look forward to a healthy, safe, productive, and happy school year. ahead. All right, that's our show for this week. Please join us again next week, and remember, set your DVR to record us, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel and leave some comments, only if they're positive. All right, and be sure to follow us on Instagram for updates and information about all the fun things happening around town. Veronica will be back with me next week for another edition of Santa Monica Weekly.